Queen Mary Hotel is a fascinating and historic place, but it is also known for its many spooky stories and paranormal activities. There are many parts of the hotel that are especially well known for their hauntings and terrifying experiences. One of these parts is the ship's swimming pool, which is now empty and abandoned. It is said that the pool is home to several ghosts, including a girl who drowned in the pool. There are reports of the sound of children's laughter and visions of a figure of a girl dressed in 1930s clothing. Another spooky location in the hotel is the engine room. The Queen Mary had one of the largest engine rooms ever built, and it is a dark and ominous place where it is easy to imagine ghosts of engineers and workers who died during service. Some visitors report hearing voices and screams, as well as the sensation of a spectral presence. Cabin B340 is also known to be extremely creepy. This cabin is where several unexplained events have occurred, including furniture moving on its own and lights flickering without explanation. Some guests have reported being pulled out of bed by an invisible force during the night. In addition to these specific locations, there are many areas of the hotel where people report paranormal activity, including dark corridors, empty rooms, and the ship's command bridge. If you're looking for a scary experience, the Queen Mary Hotel is definitely a must-visit destination. But be prepared to face the possibility of encountering some ghosts while you're there. The Cecil Hotel, located in downtown Los Angeles, is a historic building that opened in 1927. Over the years, the hotel has been the site of several strange and tragic events. In 2013, a young Canadian tourist mysteriously disappeared while staying at the hotel, which drew worldwide media attention. But the dark history of the Cecil Hotel is much older than that. In the early years of the Cecil Hotel, it was a place of luxury, frequented by Hollywood stars and rich and famous people. But with the Great Depression of the 1930s, the hotel began to lose its elite clientele and eventually became a cheap and dirty place where poor and desperate people lived. Over the years, the hotel became a dangerous place associated with crime and violence. Several serial killers stayed there, including Richard Ramirez, the famous Night Stalker. Ramirez killed 13 people during his crime spree in the 1980s, and many believe that he chose the Cecil Hotel as his hideout because it was an easy place to hide. With so many tragic and violent events over the years, it is not surprising that many people believe that the Cecil Hotel is haunted by ghosts. Guests have reported hearing strange noises, seeing ghostly figures, and experiencing other unexplained phenomena. Some believe that the spirits of those who died at the hotel still remain, haunting the place. In 2013, the story of the Cecil Hotel returned to the spotlight when a young Canadian tourist named Elisa Lamb mysteriously disappeared while staying there. She was last seen in an elevator, acting strangely and appearing to be running away from something. After an intense search, Elisa's body was found in a water tank on the roof of the hotel. The cause of death was accidental drowning, but many people believe there is more to the story than meets the eye. Some believe that Elisa was murdered or that she was the victim of some kind of paranormal activity. After Elisa's disappearance, the Cecil Hotel underwent a major renovation and changed its name to stay on Main. Today, the hotel is known for its modern and chic style, and many tourists choose it as their choice for lodging in Los Angeles. Although the Cecil Hotel has been renovated, the dark history of the place still remains. Some people believe that the evil that haunts the hotel is so strong that not even the renovation can put an end to it. They fear that the evil is still present and that the spirits of those who died there still linger, waiting for new victims. One of the most famous stories of the Cecil Hotel involves room 1402. Several guests have reported strange and terrifying experiences while staying in the room. Some people claim to have seen the figure of a woman dressed in black in the room, while others said they heard strange and disturbing voices. Some guests claim that the room was so scary that they had to leave in the middle of the night and never come back. Others have reported suffering horrible nightmares while sleeping in the room. According to urban legends, the Cecil Hotel is haunted by a mysterious ghost. The ghost is supposedly a previous guest who died in the hotel under mysterious circumstances. Some believe that he comes back to haunt the hotel rooms and torment the guests. Although there is no concrete evidence to support the existence of the ghost, many guests claim to have felt a strange and frightening presence while at the hotel. Some claim to have seen the ghostly figure of a man wandering the halls, while others said they heard mysterious whispers in the middle of the night. Some believe that the Cecil Hotel is cursed. They believe that the evil that haunts the hotel is so strong that no one can escape it. They fear that anyone who enters the hotel is risking their life and that the curse will never be broken. Despite the hotel's renovation and name change, many people still avoid staying there. They believe that the evil that haunts the Cecil Hotel is real and that no one is safe within its walls. The Cecil Hotel is a sinister and frightening place, full of mystery and tragedy. Although it has undergone a renovation and has changed its name, many people still believe that the evil that haunts the hotel still remains. If you are looking for a place to stay in Los Angeles, it is best to avoid the Hotel Cecil. Who knows what might be waiting for you inside? The Stanley Hotel is one of the most famous tourist attractions in the United States, known for its haunted stories and paranormal events. Located in Estes Park, Colorado, the hotel was built in 1909 by businessman Freeland Oscar Stanley and his wife Flora. Since then, many strange and scary stories have been associated with the place. One of the best-known stories about the Stanley Hotel is the one that inspired writer Stephen King to write his horror novel The Shining. King stayed at the hotel in 1974 and had a paranormal experience that inspired him to create the story. According to reports, he and his wife were the only guests in the hotel at the time and were put in room 217. During the night, King woke up to the image of a woman in period dress in his room. She looked real enough for him to try to speak to her, but she disappeared before he could do anything. This experience inspired many of the supernatural events in The Shining. Another scary story of the Stanley Hotel involves room 418. It is said that a woman was killed in that room and that her ghost still haunts the place. There are reports that people who have stayed in this room have felt a strange and scary presence during the night and that objects moved by themselves. Some guests have reported being awakened during the night with the feeling that someone was sitting on the bed next to them. There are many other ghost stories associated with the Stanley Hotel, including an apparition of a man dressed in period clothing who is seen walking the hotel corridors, and a ghost who plays the piano in the lobby. Many guests have reported hearing strange voices and laughter coming from empty rooms and dark corridors. While some people are skeptical about these stories, many others firmly believe that the Stanley Hotel is truly haunted. The hotel offers guided tours and accommodations for those who want to experience the history and possible paranormal activity of the place. For those looking for a bit of spooky excitement in their travels, the Stanley Hotel is definitely an option to consider. The Hotel Chelsea is a historic building in New York that has hosted many celebrities and notable figures from the city's cultural scene. However, the hotel is also known for its scary and tragic stories that have occurred over the years. One of the best-known stories from the Hotel Chelsea is the death of Nancy Spungen, girlfriend of Sex Pistols vocalist Sid Vicious, in 1978. The couple lived in room 100 of the hotel, where the tragic event took place. Vicious was arrested and charged with murder, but died of an overdose before the trial. Many believe that room 100 is haunted by Spungen's spirit and that guests staying there feel an inexplicable presence. Another tragic incident occurred in 1966 when a writer named Charles R. Jackson committed suicide in room 717. Jackson was known for having written the novel The Lost Weekend, which was adapted for the cinema and won the Academy Award for Best Picture in 1946. Many guests have reported feeling a strange presence in room 717, and some claim to have seen Jackson's figure wandering the hotel's corridors. Another scary event occurred in 1980 when an artist named Miguel Pinheiro was found dead in the bathroom of his hotel room. Pinheiro was known for having founded the Nuyorican Poets Cafe theater group, which still exists in New York. Many believe that Pinheiro's spirit still inhabits the room and that he can be heard reciting poems in the middle of the night. There are also ghost stories in other rooms of the hotel, including room 822, where poet Dylan Thomas died of alcohol poisoning in 1953, and room 1202, where musician Leonard Cohen lived for a time and reported feeling a supernatural presence. In addition to ghost stories, the Hotel Chelsea also has a rich history of supernatural activity. Many guests have reported seeing objects moving on their own, hearing strange voices, and feeling an inexplicable presence in the hotel. Despite the scary stories, many continue to be drawn to the Hotel Chelsea for its rich history and for having hosted many of the most important cultural figures of the 20th century. If you're looking for a truly scary experience, spending a night at the Hotel Chelsea may be an interesting option. But if you prefer to avoid the supernatural, it may be better to choose a less scary hotel in New York. Located on Hollywood Boulevard in Los Angeles, the Roosevelt Hotel is one of the most famous and iconic hotels in the city. Built in 1927, the hotel has been the site of stay for various celebrities and important figures in the entertainment industry. However, in addition to its glamorous history, the Roosevelt Hotel is also known for being one of the most haunted hotels in Los Angeles, with many ghost stories associated with the location. In this video, we will explore some of the scariest stories surrounding the Roosevelt Hotel. The ghost of Marilyn Monroe. It is said that room 1200 of the Roosevelt Hotel is frequented by the spirit of Marilyn Monroe. The actress supposedly stayed in the room several times during her career, and after her death, many people reported seeing her apparition walking the hotel hallways. Some guests claim to have felt her presence in the room, with curtains moving on their own and objects falling inexplicably. The ghost of Montgomery Clift. Montgomery Clift was a famous actor who stayed in room 928 of the Roosevelt Hotel while filming the movie Suddenly last summer. It is said that Clift's spirit still haunts the room, with many guests reporting hearing voices and strange noises coming from the room at night. The Lady in Black. The Lady in Black is a mysterious figure who has been seen throughout the hotel. It is said that she is the ghost of a woman who died in a hotel fire in the 1940s. Guests have reported seeing her walking the hallways dressed in black, and sometimes even sitting in a chair in the hotel lobby. The Ghost Elevator. The Roosevelt Hotel's elevator is famous for having a life of its own. Guests have reported that the elevator sometimes stops on random floors without anyone calling it, or that the door opens to an empty hallway. Some believe that this is caused by the Lady in Black's ghost, while others believe it is caused by other spirits haunting the hotel. These are just some of the many haunted stories of the Roosevelt Hotel. If you're brave enough to stay there, you may experience something paranormal. The Roosevelt Hotel is a popular tourist attraction in Los Angeles, not only for its cinematic history but also for its scary legends.